Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing another menu. And as I said before, I'm not going to show you guys everything with it. I'm not going to show you guys what cars we're getting. The rewards are rally cars. That's the thing I want to tell you. Just because the races themselves requires four-wheel drive cars. So I will let you guys know that. But all the other stuff, I figure if you have the game or if you're going to get the game, I'll let you guys take a look at that. This what you're looking at right here is my Nissan Fairlady Z in a custom livery that I made. The liveries, man, I love making liveries for cars. I could literally just do that for hours. But what we're going to do again is we're going to take a look at this through the replay. And the only reason for that, guys, is that honestly, I'm not great at all these tracks. Most of these tracks I don't know. I'm not good at them. So it takes me several tries. And I would literally have to record maybe 3 or 4 times and then delete those and pick the one. So what I do is I take the replay of the race that I managed to accomplish, you know, either coming third or better, and we can watch that. And the nice thing about it is I'll put all the info on the screen because anybody that's out there that may be a little skeptical about it can see that it is me doing the driving. You can see my screen name up there and all that good stuff. So the only other thing I want to say, guys, is that the last race in this series was just the most fun I think I've had in the game yet. And I think I may have found my new favorite track. With that being said, let's get into it and let's take a look at the races. Alright, so the first race in this 3-race series is at Trial Mountain. This is what I just unlocked. I've never really raced around Trial Mountain yet, and you know, this is like one of the iconic tracks from Gran Turismo, and I'm really excited to get on the track. I've seen it. I've heard so many good things about it, and that truck is totally clipped into that car. That's not very cool. So yeah, let's get into the race and see what happened here. All right, so it is a go, and I wasn't confident on this track. It took me a couple tries, I'm not gonna lie, but wow, what a track this is. This is a really fun track, and I can understand why it's so beloved with the Gran Turismo community. Now, I had the very first Gran Turismo game, and I totally sucked at it. I was a kid, and I did not have the patience to learn how to drive the cars, so yeah, I didn't really get a lot out of that game. But here we are, we're in P6. I'm still learning the braking points, as you can see. These races may not be the cleanest. So as we race around here, a couple of things I'd like to kind of discuss with this game. We get to collect these cars, which is great. You know, I know that's a big part of it, and I love it. But at the same time, I would really like to be able to sell cars that we didn't want. You know, because, for instance, I'm probably never going to use the Volkswagen bus. You know, but I'm kind of stuck with it, so, you know, and the fact of the matter is some of these races we have to tune our cars because the cars just aren't powerful enough, and if you're not, you know, a full-time sim racer, you might struggle with it, so you have to tune up your cars, you know, decent. With that being said, I don't feel that the AI in this game is exceptionally difficult. I feel that, you know, that they're kind of predictable. I mean, they will fight sometimes, but overall, I just feel like with me anyway, it's just my lack of doing well around the course, like that right there. I mean, I totally botched that braking point. Absolutely, that was my fault. But when you know a track and you get to learn the tracks better, and you can get around the tracks without having to worry about where I have to brake and all that. The AI is pretty forgiving. Well, that being said, we are up in the P2, even though I haven't been doing the best race. So that just kind of show you where the AI is with this game. Even though I'm not doing great, I'm still up in P2. I should also point out that the car is just a little bit above the recommended PP. So we are right on the tail of G. Mangiano. There's just something about doing these races though, and having the time of day pass, and just everything to see, the reflections. I mean, it is such a beautiful game, and sometimes I feel that it's wasted kind of on racing games because, you know, when you really get into the game and really get into racing, you're just really not paying attention to all the sights. But, you know, it's really something to say that, you know, you should try to take the time and really just enjoy the surroundings of this game and just enjoy how gorgeous it is. Now, I will say, you know, I don't mind having a challenge, but I do want to get these menus knocked out of the park. At some point, my focus will be more to the daily races and to the FIA series, or whatever they're going to call them now. You know, nobody's still quite sure what they're going to be called. I have been playing more daily races, and they've actually been pretty fun. Alright, so that is the first race. We came in P1, not too bad. Now, let's take a look at the second race. For the second race, we are at the Kyoto Driving Park, and guys, I'm not gonna lie, man, this track really took me for a loop. It took me several times to just to get used to this track, but we did the best we could, and we decided to use a different car. And this one we are going to be using a Subaru rally car. So let's get into the second race. All right, so right off the bat, this car sounds so good. Oh, just listen to that. I'm so glad that they made the sounds better. I mean, it's still not perfect. The sounds aren't as good as ACC, but I truly feel that the sounds are such a step up above what they were in GT Sport. Now, this track, it's a very interesting layout. There's really not too much in the way of straightaways, and the elevation changes are just really something. And honestly, I believe that this is probably my favorite part of the track right there. It's just such a fun part of the track, man. Again, like I say, it took me probably 3 or 4 races around here until I started getting used to the track and the braking points and all that. And I'm still not 100% confident with it. As you can see there, I'm slowing down a little too much, but it's all right, man. We'll get there. We'll get there. I gotta say, why I like the single player aspect so much is it lets you learn the tracks without worry, right? So like, I don't want to learn the track when I'm in an online session where I could potentially screw up somebody else's race. You know, the AI, like, you know, just a second ago when I smashed into that guy, it's just the AI. I'm not too worried about that. It's not like if I smashed into a real opponent, it kind of screwed up his day for that. So if we have to do these races 2 or 3 times until you get used to the track, then so be it. And it's really just such a great way to learn the track. But we are into P2, and again, I'm loving this car. This car sounds amazing. It doesn't handle as good as the other car, which I believe the other car was the Nissan, I want to say Silva, something like that. I'll have to check that, because I'm pretty sure that the last race we switched back to that Nissan. The Nissan does handle a little better. This one gets a little squirrely with the accelerator, so I was being super cautious coming out of these corners. But here we go. This is my absolute favorite part of the track. Just such a fun little chicane right there, and the elevation change, you're going down and we're going back up again. God, it's just so good, man. It's so good. So I can still catch this guy. G Mangiano again. Same dude. This guy's just killing it. Right there, man. If we would have done that perfect, we could have got him, but now I don't know. I don't think there's a chance. You know, it was just like one more lap. If I had one more lap, I would have got it, but oh well. I will take P2 on a track that I'm not that good at all day. All right, guys, now it's time for the last race and my absolute favorite race of this whole series. All right, guys, here we are, Mount Panorama. I'm driving the Nissan R32. That's what I'm driving, and this is a track that, like, I'm familiar with it in the sense that I know everybody loves Mount Panorama. I've tried this track a couple times at ACC and was simply horrible at it. But on this game, I tried it and I absolutely fell in love with this track. This was my favorite race that I've done so far in the whole game. This was so much fun. This track is so much fun. Oh man, it was such a good time. So let's take a look at the race. All right, so here we are, Mount Panorama. This track just has everything, and it's just done so well. And I mean, you know, like this is a real track. This isn't a Gran Turismo track. This is a real life track, and absolutely loving this track now. So we can get pretty fast in through here. Now we have to brake hard, and immediately now this section is just tricky. This is a very narrow track, pretty much all the way. Passing in this section here, it'd be really tricky and it'd be fairly risky, I believe. As you can see, there's not a whole hell of a lot of room to pass. What I really want to do is I want to stay as close to this dude as possible without crashing into him if possible. Because once we get out of this section, then it's wide open. You can hit that gas and then you can start overtaking. I imagine guys who are really good, or like right there, I decided to back out of that. It was just too tight, man. It was just too tight, and ooh, see right there, I got a little too close to him and got a little nervous. So now we're back at P8. But that's all right. This is just such a tricky area on this track, and I absolutely love it. Like, as you can see, third gear is pretty much the king around here. There's a couple areas that downshift in second, but as you can see, as you get out of it, step on the gas, and you're good to go. Now we have this long straight, but there's just this tricky little, like, notch in the track. I mean, it's not a chicane, it's just this here. And I crashed out a couple times on this race, going around there trying to take it full speed, and I just couldn't. So now we're back towards the beginning where we have these 2 hairpins. And now we're up into P5. This is definitely a technical track, and you really want to be as smooth as possible with everything. You want to be smooth with your braking, smooth with your accelerator inputs, smooth with your steering inputs. But once we get out of these straightaways, going into this this back section of the track, oh man, it just flows actually so nice, and it feels so good going down this section, man. And again, the lighting and the sights, simply gorgeous. It's just really good. So we're up into P4 now. And like I say, this is definitely not the area you want to overtake on anyway. And this is the last lap. So we are catching up to P3. And Mr. Mangiano is behind us at P5. He's not in P1 this time. Oh, this part right here is just so nice, man. Really give the old wheel a workout coming down this area. Ooh, boy, that was close, man. That was close. Now we're getting to the area right we can just open it up. So now it's just straight line speed to try to overtake the last 2 guys here. As you can see, my straight line speed is a little insane. So we're up into P1. We fought to hold him back. I don't know if we touched there. I don't think we did. I think it was just really close. But that literally took me to the end of the race to get P1. Awesome. Such a good race. Such a good race, man. I love it when they go right down to the wire like that. So those were the 3 races, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Boy, I'm loving this game, I gotta say. Money is a little bit of an issue, especially when you have to, like I say, tune the cars for the race. Like when you get a car that says, oh, you know, it should be 600 pp. And the car that you have for that particular race is only maybe 400 or 500 pp. You know, so you have to spend money to get that up there. But overall, man, the game is just so good. I'm still absolutely in love with it. And some exciting news for me, and for the game anyway, I just ordered a round wheel from Fanatic. I'm recording this on March the 16th. So I ordered the wheel on March the 16th because Fnatic is upping their prices on March the 17th. So you'll be watching this video probably maybe a week after. But yeah, on March the 17th, Fnatic is upping, or they have upped all the prices on their things. So I decided to grab the wheel I wanted now before the price went up. And as soon as I get that, I will definitely do an unboxing and show you guys. So that's it, guys. That's where we're going to take off for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you had the game, I hope you are enjoying it. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next one.